Fig fam, how are we? It's the afternoon, so water instead of coffee, but you know I love figs and coffee. It is hot, the plants are still chugging along, but it's 90s. We've made it, and if you don't keep up with watering your potted figs in the summer, they will let you know. Oh man. And I have to show you something because one of my fig trees is doing this, and it's doing this quite often, and that may be a sign. If you are watering your fig a lot and it's still drooping every single day, check this out. It might be root bound. There might not be space for moisture in that soil because there might not be a lot of soil available anymore because the roots have taken over. You may have rooted it from a cutting. It may have really taken off. You may have gotten this fig tree from me. You may have gotten this fig tree from someone else, and it's in a container and it's doing really well, but all of a sudden it's drooping every single day. It might be root bound, and here's a way to fix it. And when it's alive, this is how I do it. So let's check it out. And it needs to get bigger. So here's what to look for. Here's the example that I'm going to go with today. It's a potted fig on my patio that just needs some more room to grow, hermit crab style. All right, guys, welcome to my beautiful patio in the afternoon. It gets beautiful shade from this water oak, and my salche fig tree is rebounding, but it keeps running out of steam. I'm watering it every day. Why is that? It's grown a ton. It's in its second year after being a cutting last year. It's already set fruit. It is just rearing to go. If you check here, you can see this is all new growth, and this is all main crop figs that it's set. So it's clearly doubled in size. Well, if it's grown that fast, I'm curious to see what this root ball looks like, because that may be the culprit. And what do we have here? It is root bound, and this is classic root binding. You can see how it wraps around this tree here. Now, I've seen many worse situations, but this is a classic example of being root bound. And so rather than the roots air pruning themselves that you see in smart pots or fabric pots, they start wrapping and constricting the tree itself. Now, when trees are awake like this, even fig trees, you want to be really careful with them, not to stress them out too much or they won't recover. So the simple solution is disturbing the bottom so it can protrude roots downward. And knowing that it's not too root bound here, you can see these roots are still open. They will redirect themselves into new soil in search of water and nutrients. But because of the rate of growth of this, it's ready to be up potted. So as fancy and nice as this pot is, it's time to up pot this thing. So let's up pot over here real quick in a safe manner when figs are awake. This fig tree is ready to be up potted. It has set fruit. It's not going to throw off the fruit set unless I am very gentle with the existing root ball. Now, I know some of you are thinking, hey, it's root bound. Don't you want to disturb those roots? Yes and no. There's a time and a place for everything. And now in this time of year where it's already set fruit and I want to have that fruit, now is not the time to disturb the root ball too much. The best time to do it is during the winter time when it's dormant. If you look, this is not too root bound, and you can actually see that these roots aren't so intertwined that they can actually grow still in other directions. If you look on top here, it's very dry, so you can see that it's sucking up a lot of the water, and it just doesn't have a lot of soil to work with that can retain the moisture. So let's go ahead and put this in a 7-gallon pot. I already got the base started. Again, this is my soil mix. I've shown you guys this in the past. But look how it holds up. But really, compost, soil conditioner, which is fine mulch, perlite, some worm castings, dolomitic limestone. And the dolomitic limestone is perfect for figs because it raises that pH as they like a neutral to alkaline soil. Neutral soil is just fine. If your soil is in the 6s, that's totally fine too. Just keep it on the higher 6s, close to 7. If you're in areas of North Carolina like me, you will have acidic soil. That's why blueberries grow so awesome here. But you will just have to add garden lime, and your fig tree won't grow as well if it's in a more acidic soil. But yeah, that's the soil mix I'm using. I've shown it to you guys in the past. I've shown you how I make it in the past, which is pretty cool too. But we gotta up pot this thing. I'm going to just the bottom, not the sides, because the fig tree is awake. You see how that's a little loose there? And you see how it's kind of higher up. And I'm gonna bring you over. This height will be just perfect for this fig tree. You can see I got about 1 inch from the top. I'm gonna put a little bit on top, but not too much. I'm gonna put it at a slight angle, let it shake in. And when you shake it, it's good for the roots that I disturbed, for the soil to fall in between those roots. And you can see I filled right up to the base. You don't want to cover up too much of the stem because you don't want to create rot or diseases that can work their way into the fig. You want it right at the surface here where it'll put out surface roots that'll spread. And you want it nice and snug in there. So you want to shake it down, and if you need to add more, you can. And you want it level so when you water it all, it immerses all together. But it's very straightforward. I'm going to orient you guys straight up and down again. You can see how it's still drooping. It really needs that water. But there's one more piece I'm going to add because this fig tree is hitting that 2-year mark, and that is some fertilizer. Now, the fertilizers this spring that I've shown you have been focusing on the growth of the fig tree. Clearly, this fig tree is growing well, and now it's put out some fruit, but it's going to keep growing, and I could possibly get more fruit. For many of you, I keep getting the question, my fig tree isn't fruiting. Why is it not fruiting? How can I help it fruit? And my big answer a lot of the times is 2 things. The first is bone meal. That's going to add phosphorus. It is a salt, like phosphates and things, so you don't want to overload anything over time. But chances are, if it's not fruiting, it's just missing that push that helps the root systems, that helps the flowering and fruiting of plants. And we all know that figs have a unique fruit that is in fact not even a fruit, but a collection of flowers that then ripen each with a fruit on them inside of a synconium. So the fig itself is a synconium, and I'll have you zoom in. So the fig itself is a synconium, or an inverted flower, and inside of it is a collection of little stems that have little seeds on them that are, and little bits of fruit that are all collected that make up the fig. So it's a beautiful concept of what fruit can be on plants, and it's very beautiful in that it's a quite fibrous fruit too. The Roman army, when they ran out of bread rations, would actually use figs as their food source. That's where you get a lot of the fibers from, is from all the other plant materials outside of the fruit itself, which is the collection of fruits from the collection of flowers inside the synconium. So beautiful story behind that. And bone meal gives you a little bit of nitrogen, but clearly the phosphorus is really high, 17. And this, if you look at the ingredients, is just ground up pork bones. So they're really just getting an organic source of phosphorus. As far as how much to measure, you can do 1 to 2 tablespoons per container, and I'm thinking that's for like a 3-gallon. So I am really, for a 7-gallon, going to use like 2 to 4 tablespoons. It's dry, powdery stuff, and I'm just going to sprinkle it around the top. I'm not measuring too much because we don't have time for that these days, do we? And you're not going to break the bank, but I'm going to massage it in. There you go. A lot of my potted figs, I'm going to do this every year in June. And also, I have just like a well-rounded plant fertilizer. I found this for a really good deal over at some of the big box stores, my local Ace Hardware. I do love my IV Organics. I just ran out of it, so I had to grab something in a pinch because I got to fertilize some of these. So I just get some nice slow release fertilizer, and I'm using, this is a 533. I'm just getting a cup or 2. It's a little more nitrogen heavy, but you know what? It has in this mix calcium and magnesium, which are really good for fig trees. And it's really robust, and it'll just contribute to the soil health. I'm using all slow release because at this point the tree is already healthy, so this is just going to feed it through the rest of the year. In June, mid to late June that we're entering now, this is one of the last times I'm going to be feeding my fig trees, for they hold on to that fruit and they ripen it later in the year. And I'm going to let them coast from here on out, unless we have some incredibly long and hard rainfall events that would wash a lot of the nutrients out. This is just my final nourishment, especially when I'm up potting a lot of these figs. But as a whole, I've up-potted this. It's got plenty of room to grow. I disturbed the roots a little bit, and then I've added basically a really well-rounded fertilizer that is really high in phosphorus and has calcium that's encouraging the plant to fruit, hold the fruit, ripen the fruit for the rest of the year. At this time of year, this is a great time to do this, guys. Last but not least, give it a good drink and make sure your water's cool, because all the hoses that you leave out are really, really hot this time of year, and you can actually scald your plants by watering them boiling water. So just touch it, make sure it's cooled off a little bit. I did it before we started this video, and it should work great for you guys. But there you go. This fig tree is awesome. This is Salce, guys. It's in my top 5 to maybe top 10. Don't get me wrong, your Black Madeiras that we talked about, your Col de Dames, your I-258s, your Idiot de Argentiles. I think Socorro Black is a phenomenal fig. There are so many great figs out there, but I don't want to pass on Salce. I can't compare it to anything. People say Olympian has a peachy flavor. I would say Salce has a very robust peachy flavor. It does well in the east here. It's got multiple tones like a Borges Oak Greasewood or a Smithwood. I myself sell it, but it gets sold out quite quickly. Bill from Off the Beaten Path sells it as well. Ross has touched on it. He may actually have it too. Ross the Fig Boss, if you're interested. It's a phenomenal fig. I'm partial to it because it's from a region where my family, parts of my family were from in Italy, and the fact that it's so unique, it's great on East Coast conditions, and it's rather cold hardy. I'm really stoked to have it. It would normally go in the ground, but it was attacked by root knot nematodes in my yard, so I had to salvage a cutting, and this is the result of that cutting. But I also purchased some more cuttings so I could continue to grow a fig forest, because an orchard is on the way, guys, and you guys are watching it from the ground up, me going from here all the way up to an orchard. So I really wanted to share this with you guys on what a root-bound fig looks like, what to do about it this time of year if you're up potting, how much you can disturb the existing root ball depending on how healthy your fig is. And even if it's a healthy fig, this really is the last time I want to do any sort of fertilizing for these figs and fruit trees from now until ripening, starting in August, September, and October. So thanks, Figs fam. If you guys had questions on how to up pot your figs, water them, fertilize them, I hope this was helpful for you. If it was helpful for you, like, subscribe, reach out with questions in the comments. Talk to you soon, Fig fam. Cheers.